Falkirk TV is proudly sponsored by GM Landscape UK.
Tony, another incredibly successful season, not just for the first team, but for the academy teams as well. And obviously, speaking of the academy, the good news coming from the club is now that we're restarting the academy after getting back into the Premiership. But I suppose the best thing to start off with would be to congratulate the under-16s and the under-18s on the season that they've had.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season for the whole club, Adam. In terms of the academy, you're right. So the under-16s and under-18s both won the league, their respective leagues, which is fantastic. The under-16s also won the cup competition, the CAS Cup that they enter, which is great. So really just like to start with a big well done and a thank you to the coaches and support staff that work with both of those age groups, not just for this year, but it's a culmination of 3 years hard work for all the staff. So well done to them. Clearly, obviously, well done to the players. It's great for them to end the season last week with 3 pieces of trophy-ware. Thank you to SLS for all their support over the last couple of years. It really is appreciated, the work that they've done and the support they've given for the academy. And lastly, well done to the parents. Thank you to the parents. You know, it's a big ask to get the kids here 3 nights a week and across the country for their games. So a thank you to them as well.
And now, obviously, going into a new season, it's going to be a really busy summer for yourself. Can you just kind of tell us a wee bit about how you go about starting to restart the academy?
Yeah, so firstly, due to the success of the first team, getting back-to-back promotions to the Premier League, because of that success, you know, a huge thank you to the manager, assistant manager, all the backroom staff, and of course the players. Because of their efforts and their success, the club has been able to take the decision a year ahead of schedule. We were going to do this a year from now, but as I say, because of promotion to the Premier League, we're able to relaunch our academy with immediate effect. So what that means in reality is that we can take the academy back to effectively where it was prior to 2017 when it closed. So we go into the Scottish FA Academy system at the performance level. So the teams that we will be competing against are your Dundee, St Johnstone, Ross County, Ayr United, Partick Thistle, Greenock Morton, Livingston, Dunfermline type clubs. So that's where we were previously. So a lot of work to do, clearly, because we need to get that up and running over the summer, ready to go for the first round of fixtures at the end of July. So there's a huge amount to do there. In terms of teams, we will have a pre-academy, so that'll be sort of under 10s and under 11s. And then we'll have an under 12s, under 13s, under 14s, under 15s, under 17s, and under 19s competing at that performance level in the academy system. So that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing news. As I say, thanks to the back-to-back promotions, but also a thank you to the board for making the decision to go a year ahead of plan. And also for them putting their faith in me to put all this together and then lead it. So huge plans in place, so loads and loads to do. So as you can imagine, I've just reeled off a whole host of new age groups that we're putting together there. So clearly that needs new coaches, it needs new players, it needs new physios and sports science staff and recruitment staff, and a whole kit people, and a whole host of additional staff that need to be recruited. So we're significantly down the way of bringing people in, and I'll give another update in a couple of weeks or so, and we can maybe do a bigger announcement about the kind of staff that we're bringing in. We've been using our network of people out there to identify players to bring in. So even this week we've had under 11s, under 12s and under 13s out on the pitch training with some of the staff. So that's been great. Bits and pieces of word have got out, so people have been contacting us as well, which is great. So yeah, so much to do, and as you can imagine, quite rightly, the Scottish FA want a lot of sort of paperwork provided to them to show that we're employing the right people and we're doing the right things and we've got the right processes in place and the right systems in place. So it's not just about getting kids in the door and on the pitch and getting them coached. There's a whole sort of administration side that we quite rightly need to do to demonstrate that we're capable of running a proper academy.
obviously, like you said, a lot of work to get done. Once you've got to the point where all these teams are in, starting to play games, what are the short-term plans then after all that's sorted out?
So it's probably short to medium term plan. So it's, you know, the first part is to get all that up and running and established, and then the longer term plan is to then get players through and into the first team. That's the whole point of having an academy. That's going to take time. It's not going to be perfect on day one. You know, it's going to take, you know, a significant period of time to get it exactly where we want it. You know, and ultimately, you know, and this is all, you know, dependent on, you know, the success of the wider club, you know, but ultimately I would like to get it up to the elite level so that we're competing with you know, the Rangers and Celtics and Hearts and Hibs of this world. And there's no reason ultimately why we can't do that, but we'll walk before we run, and we'll make sure that we'll take our time and we'll put the right steps in place and the right processes in place, and you know, the one thing we can guarantee is the kids will be well coached, the coaches will be top class. The guys that we're bringing in are really experienced and top class coaches, so right from day one the kids will be getting, you know, the very best coaching that they can, which is really important to me. I want to make sure that, you know, this academy is as good as it possibly can be, and it's one that the club can be proud of again. You know, it was a fantastic academy before it closed the last time. It was right up there with one of the top academies in the country for producing players. Obviously the likes of Scott Arfield's the obvious one that came through the academy, and it's our job to make sure that, you know, the next Scott Arfield is in this academy.
Tony, thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.